The Chicago Bulls lose Coby White to a shoulder injury. Let's talk about it starting now. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. Also, we want to give a big shout out to our partners over at Stolen Spirits. They're the people that provide us with this Stolen Rock and Rye, aged American rye whiskey made with raw honey and orange peel. It is fire. It is one of the best whiskeys on the market. You got to get you some. So to find out where to get you some, check out the links in the description below, and also check out the link to find out where you can get some of the dope Stolen merch that they got. Now, here's a tough day, right? Because I just got done doing the Nick Madrigal injury video. Another injury for Chicago sports, and this one to Coby White. Apparently Coby White injured his shoulder and is going to require surgery. Now, when the news came across, it was like Coby White injured. I thought it said surgery successful. He'll be fine. He'll be reevaluated, blah, blah, blah. Now, I wasn't expecting to open it up and see he's going to be out 4 months. Pretty much the entire offseason, Chicago Bulls are going to lose Coby White. Now, you might think, oh, okay, well, this is fine because he's slated to come back a week before the 2021-2022 campaign begins. But here's the problem. Coby White had some issues that you would have loved to see him work out in the offseason. Now he's going to be nursing an injury, trying to get himself back in good health. And I think that there's a couple of issues here. Now, the one, of course, is the fact that Coby White can't improve his game. The fact that Coby White was injured again. We've seen Coby White kind of go through some not season-ending injuries, nothing that destroyed his season, but we've seen him kind of have a little bit of an injury bug to start here, and it's something concerning, especially seeing as how a lot of the players that GarPax ended up selecting was also had that same injury bug, and so we'll have to see how this one plays out. Now, he is slated to come back a week before the season starts, like I said, and so hopefully he'll be able to get in there and get some routine, but you wanted to see him come in and compete for that starting point guard spot, and at this point, he's not going to be there for training camp to compete for this starting point guard spot. You wanted to see him in there, learning the position, taking another step forward. Coby White in the 2021 season averaging about 15 points a game, 4.8 assists, 4 rebounds, and shot it from about 35% from 3. You wanted to see those numbers take another step. We know what Coby White is capable of. We know that Coby White is a threat to go off for 30, but we wanted to see it more consistently, and I think this offseason would have given him the opportunity, one, to work with Billy Donovan fully in this offseason, work with the trainers, the coaches, all of that, because you didn't get that last season. I mean, let's be real. This would have been Coby White's first offseason that was a legit offseason NBA-wise, and the fact that he's not going to get it, I think absolutely is going to hinder his development and hinder his game, and I think that it's going to take away from what we were going to see from him next season. Now, the other piece of the puzzle that you don't want to really bring up, but I mean, it's a reality of the sport that now Coby White being included in a deal for any kind of trade, one, you can't even do now, because with him being on that injured list, he's not going to be allowed to be involved in these deals. I don't believe. I know you can't trade an injured player in season. I don't know if that counts for the offseason. I don't know how the rules are set up on that, but I don't believe that now, if you were going to include Coby White in any kind of package to try and acquire maybe your point guard of the future, now from AK's standpoint, he can't do that. That option has been taken off of the table for him. And even if you want to see him moved, if you are in that group like P Kid is, I mean, listen, I don't know what happened with P Kid and Coby White. They might have some history there. There might be an issue with an old girlfriend. Who knows? But the fact that you've now taken that option completely off of the table, maybe he was going to be included in a trade to go find your point guard of the future that could be Lonzo Ball, or maybe even a name we haven't even heard or thought of that wants to get out of a city. I mean, that's how the NBA is now. Now you don't even have that option to include someone who, listen, is, in my opinion, an absolute scorer, a absolute tear if he's able to get the scoring going, if he's able to focus on scoring like we saw a lot last year in the second half of that season where he was the #1 option. Coby White absolutely can put the ball in the bucket, and so he's an asset that people might look at and be like, hey, I really want to add this package. I really want to add this kid to the package, but I can't acquire him now. And I think that that's going to take a little bit away from the leverage that AK has now. Listen, it's an AK we trust. He's pulled off some magic already. Let's see if he can continue to do do it. But I think that it just puts the Bulls in a bad situation all the way around, because even if you want to keep Coby, even if you want Coby to be involved in that, he's not getting the training that you would like to see him get from an NBA head coach, from his NBA coaches, from his NBA trainers, because he's not out there on the floor. And if you wanted to move on, if you're in that group, you can't move him now. You have no option except to allow Coby White to heal and come back and compete. It's tough to say. To me, it's a very tough loss. Either way, I think that losing Coby is big. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below on the Coby White injury. Do you think that it's big? Are you in the camp that feels like we lost an opportunity for him to get better with the Chicago Bulls? Are you in the camp that feels like we lost an opportunity to move him this offseason? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bulls content. Click the links here, check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.